The honourable member for St. Boniface.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. By every indication, the COVID-19 pandemic in Manitoba is worse than it has ever been by cases, new infections and deaths. There is no excuse for the lack of preparation we've seen. We were calling on this government to get ready for a second wave in May, especially to protect seniors' homes. But yesterday, the Minister of Health was blaming Manitobans for going out to bars that he insists on keeping open. We all know that Dr. Roussin is an independent expert in public health. The question is who's giving this government economic advice. Public health is the road to recovery, not an obstacle, but COVID is spreading because this government is forcing businesses and workers to make a choice: stay open and risk spreading COVID, or close and go broke. If the Premier is not responsible for this policy, who is?
The Honourable First Minister.
Well, he was on the whole ranch there, Madam Speaker. I'll just say, in terms of the member referenced economic recovery, I will just say the numbers from Statistics Canada on Friday demonstrated that in terms of economic recovery, Manitobans are 98% back to work. That is the #1 province in Canada.
The honourable member for St. Boniface on a supplementary question.
I would know that in the news today it's reported that 53% of Manitobans are on the verge of insolvency, which is the highest rate in Canada. After crushing the curve this summer, we now have the second highest active case rate per capita, and by any objective measure, Manitoba has completely blown any advantage we might once have had in dealing with a pandemic because the PC government did not get ready. We are now approaching flu season. Many of my constituents have been asking about the availability of the flu shot, and people who are immune compromised can't get access to it. I've spoken with pharmacists who haven't heard anything from this government on how flu clinics will be run, how it will be done safely, especially since it may require gathering together large groups of people who are susceptible to COVID. BC already has their flu clinics up and running. Saskatchewan and Alberta are starting Monday. When will we know when Manitobans who need a flu shot will be able to get one?
The Honourable First Minister.
Well, it's fine, Madam Speaker. I get that there are Monday morning quarterbacks all over the place. The fact of the matter is, though, that the member is attempting to foist blame, and that is pointless and useless in this environment. We are in this together, as the Leader of the Opposition wisely said earlier in the question period. And so I'd appreciate one constructive idea from the member. We haven't received one yet. I would tell him, though, that we have stepped up and we've taken the lead in many aspects of response and anticipated actions that had to be taken early, so that we have been able to effectively manage and lessen the impact of COVID versus other jurisdictions, not only in Canada but around the world. We'll continue to do that. And I would say, for example, in terms of PPE, where the federal Liberals promised us they'd supply everything we needed, we ended up providing over 95% of that here in Manitoba. Homegrown solutions, that's what we're about over here.